Hi folks, how are you doing? And it's well, welcome to Scotland in winter. And I tell you what, I'm glad I've got the snow tyres fitted onto the van because it was a wee bit of a snowy trip up. The main route was clear as snow, but when I came off it just to get into the parking space, there was a wee covering of snow, and it's cold. It's to be really cold tonight. Air temperature's down to about minus, I think -5, -4, -5. But with the wind chill, not that that's going to affect me. They're stating, I don't know, about -11, -12. So certainly a cold one, and I'm glad that I've got the diesel heater in the van. Anyway, I've come up and I'm hoping to do a mountain. I'm on road tomorrow. It's a lovely, lovely hill. Maybe doesn't get the recognition it deserves, and the reason I think it's a lovely hill, should I say, is the view you get from the summit of the hill. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we get a view and it's not too snowy tomorrow when we get to the summit. But for the time being, I'm just going to get the van warm again. I just cooked my dinner. I had my favourite, which was Lorne sausage in a roll. That's what's on the menu for breakfast as well, because you get 4 Lorne sausages in the pack from Tesco's. So yeah, I'll report. If I don't report back later on, I'll report back in the morning. I'm not going to have a super early start because the weather is improving and there's more snow forecast for the morning. So my feet are getting a bit cold now, so I'm away to get the bed down, put my duvet slippers on, my merino wool long johns, and my thermal top to keep warm. Right, I'll see you later on. So I settled down for the night, and it certainly got cold. I'd popped out a few times and the temperature was, well, Baltic. I was at an altitude of about 420 metres, and yeah, it was cold, so I just settled in for the night, seeing what the morning would bring. I didn't have a very early start like I usually do in the van, and just loitered for a while because I knew it was an improving forecast, but the snow had certainly been on overnight and the temperatures had dipped way down. But I'd survived the night in the van. It was soon time to get my gear ready and start thinking about getting up a couple of mountains. Oh, good morning. I just popped out the van. There's the van behind me there. There's been a wee bit of snow overnight. It's snowing at the moment, as you can probably see, but yeah, I slept all right. It was a wee bit cold. I don't know what temperature it got down to, but it was forecast, as I said, to be down -5, -6 last night. It was really windy to start off with, but it wasn't too bad. But anyway, I am going to get myself ready. I'm quite excited about this. The forecast is improving, so I'm hoping that the snow will clear. We might get some views. I don't know. At the moment, the showers are still packing in. So yeah, let's get back into the van or get my stuff ready, and we'll get on our way up the hill. Woo. Well, folks, that's me walking now, and look at that light behind me on the mountains. Absolutely fabulous. The forecast was improving, but wasn't meant to improve until the afternoon. And you can see over there, that's going to be my second objective up there. Where are we? Just about there somewhere. But first, I'm going to do this route in reverse. It's quite busy, so most people are going up the first mountain, or the one that's done most commonly first in an anti-clockwise circuit. And I'm going to go up this one, where are we? Up here, and Varkarish. And yeah, I've done it many times before, but it looks like it's going to be breezy up there. And I've got lots of layers with me, so I should be fine, and my goggles and my crampons and ice axe. Really looking forward to today. The only thing that I'm disappointed with is my camera's broken, so I'm using my action cams and my wee cam today. I'll maybe tell you about that later on, and yeah, some lessons I've learned from that experience. But for now, I'm just going to enjoy this beautiful, beautiful morning. Look at that, absolutely gorgeous. Right, let's get cracked on. man. Oh, ow. Right, stood in a bog here. I'm gonna get the hard shell on here in my goggles. I don't know if you can tell, but the wind's picked up now that I've got up and there's spin drift. I don't know if it's a shower or spin drift, but it's whipping up the hillside into my eyes, so I need to protect myself. So I'm going to get my hard shell on and my goggles, and that should help my eyes, get my face getting pelted and stuff. So time to get that on. Woo! So you can't really tell from this footage, but as I gained height, the wind certainly picked up on the ridge, and the spin drift was just flying up into my face. So yeah, I had to get my jacket on and my goggles on to protect myself. How hard can you make it putting a jacket on, look? So much better. What a difference it makes, I tell you. Doesn't sound like it should, but just the hard shell on and the goggles specifically, especially in this sort of weather when the spin drifts up, hit you in the face, and it's only going to get worse as they get higher, so I'm glad I've got that on. Lovely. And I've still got another couple of layers in there should it get any colder, so. Woo! Don't know if you can hear that. It's blowing. Right, let's go. Oh man, I can barely stand up. Really, really windy. I don't know if you can see the spin drift behind me, whisking its way across the landscape. But I'm actually going to put this camera away now because there's a lot of snow getting in it. And my other camera's broken. I was going to tell you about that. So my big camera, I smashed the screen. I don't know if you remember that a few months ago. Then all of a sudden it just stopped working again about 5 months afterwards. It cost me a fortune to fix the screen. Anyway, it looks like there's water ingress, which I've never had with my Sony cameras before, so I've not had it for a while. So this is my point and shoot camera I'm working on, but I'm going to put it away now. Woohoo! Oh! Right, going to put it away now. And get my action cam out and back up the way up and see if we get to the top. This is a ridge, so I knew it'd be windier here. Very close to the wind, so we'll see if it gets too bad, I'll head back down. And it's a really windy place, so whew, let's get us out of the way, we'll get going up here. So at this point the wind was really picking up and whipping across this ridge, as you can probably see. I've done my best to try and reduce the wind noise because it was it was pretty bad. The only good thing was that the sun was coming out now, but it was pretty gusty, and there was bouts of spin drift coming across and just pummeling me really. But I battled my way through it, and soon I could see the upper reaches of the mountain where I was headed. If you'll hear me or not, there's a wee lull in the wind. Seems like the first one since it got to any elevation. There's the summit there. Not much further to go. Woo. Let's go, one last steepening. Get to the top. A little bit more hard work and I finally made it up that final steep slope to the summit of Arcanich. And I was glad to get to the top here. And I was also glad that the winds weren't quite so bad. They dropped a wee bit, so I decided just to stop here for a minute or two. This is me on the summit of Arcanich, and it's blowing. But I tell you what, that last wee bit I was quite concerned. I don't know if I said in the last piece to camera, the wind was getting really strong coming up the ridge, and I thought usually when you get higher up it gets worse, but it just seems to have died down, especially coming up the steepening. at the end here. There's a wee bit of a breeze up here, but certainly nothing like what it was. Now I know that the wind direction is to change through the day from a northerly to more of a westerly, so I don't know if that's contributed to it. But certainly I'm glad that that wind didn't pick up anymore, because it was on that point where I was thinking, is it worth going any further? Is it the turnaround time? But as I said, it just dropped at the right time. So a wee bit cloudy here. It's not warm. It's bloody freezing. So I'm going to head down to the Bealach and then make a decision on whether to go up the second hill. So let's go. Let's make a move. As I dropped off the summit of our Varkanich, the clouds started to clear a little bit and there was sunshine speckling some of the mountains to the north of me. So I headed down off the hill and soon got down to the Bealach and decided that things were looking pretty good and that I would head up mountain number 2 for the day, a mountain called Gil Carn, which is a rounded hill but offers some fabulous views down to the Ben Alder group and to the mountains to the north. The going wasn't easy though, and the drifts on this side of the mountain were quite deep in places, so I just had to take my time and be careful. But the sun started to show itself more and more, and I just thought at this point the views behind me were so good, I decided to stop and have my bite to eat here before I got to the summit. What a grand place to just loiter and watch the sun come out across this winter wonderland. After loitering and having my lunch, it was time to head up, and the clouds were clearing and the views were opening up. It was just absolutely gorgeous. And before long I was reaching the summit cairn of Gil Carn, which was Monroe number 2 for the day. Hello folks, that's me. Almost like on a different day, isn't it? Look at the sunshine, blue skies. And the wind has dropped a wee bit, although it's still a wee bitty breezy. And there's the summit cairn behind me. And this is just what a lovely day it's turned into. It's really nice to get nice white hills and blue skies. Nothing really beats it. It was a bit of a slog coming up the first hill against that wind, but it was worth it. Absolutely gorgeous. So I really like this summit. This is called Gil Carn. It's not a big mountain. It's 917 metres. So it just sits above that Monroe line. And a lot of people think this is a dull hill. It's part of the Dromukter Hills, which are kind of rounded hills with featureless plateaus along the top. But what people don't seem to talk about or remember about this hill is the view from the top down Loch Ericht and over to the Ben Alder group. Is one of the best views, certainly in the Eastern Highlands and in this area. It's just absolutely stunning. So when I came up there, I kind of stopped round there and enjoyed the views. You get a good view from the summit, but you really have to drop just a wee bit to the north to get the best views down Loch Ericht and over to Ben Alder. But anyway, kind of waffling now. I'm going to head back down. I'm going to take my time. The wind is still a bit blowy, so I've kept my glasses or my goggles on in case it picks up going down the hill. But I'm looking forward to getting to the van and getting the heater on and just chilling out there before heading home. So let's head back down and we'll report back at the van. Right, let's get my stuff and let's get going. Downhill now, all the way down. Car's just over there, so no uphill sections that I can see. Hopefully it'll be nice and spongy, hopefully. So all that was left to do now was to descend down the hill, and I eventually got back to the snowy car park where my van was waiting for me. And I got in there, got snuggled up, got the heater on, and had a cup of tea before heading home. Another fine adventure. Thanks for watching, stay safe out there, and I'll see you on the next adventure.